Widely acknowledged as one of the finest players during his prime, Eden Hazard has consistently dazzled with his ball skills since the early stages of his career. Nevertheless, as many of us are aware, his decline after his high-profile move to Real Madrid has been remarkably rapid. Come along with us as we explore the ascent and descent of this Belgian forward. Before we begin, we kindly request that you consider subscribing to our channel, as it will allow us to continue delivering top-notch content to you. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on Eden Hazard's early years. Born in La Louvière, Belgium in 1991, Hazard's passion for football and his path to stardom seemed almost predestined considering his background and upbringing. Being the eldest of 4 boys in a family of football enthusiasts, his father played semi-professionally, while his mother pursued a full professional career. In essence, it was evident that this individual was meant to become a remarkable footballer even before he entered the world. Thus, it's no wonder that he began playing the sport as early as 4 years old, representing his local club, Royal Stade Poinnois. At the age of 14, Hazard caught the attention of several scouts from the French club Lille during a local tournament. After discussing the opportunity with his parents, they accepted the offer, and our protagonist set off for France to further his development. At this stage, despite his young age, Hazard was already shaping up to become the player we recognise today. Despite still being in the process of growing, his small stature granted him a low centre of gravity, which greatly contributed to his exceptional balance, agility and ball control. Combining these attributes with his quick footwork and remarkable speed, Hazard was a technical powerhouse, and let's not forget his incredible ability to retain possession of the ball. Furthermore, his versatility was a significant asset, as he proved highly capable of playing in various positions across the entire front line. This was further enhanced by his effective use of both feet, despite primarily favouring his right foot. It's worth noting, however, that he predominantly operated on either the right or left wing, with only occasional appearances as an attacking midfielder or striker. Nevertheless, he was not without flaws. During his time at the Lille Youth Academy, he faced criticism a couple of times for what was perceived as a lack of enthusiasm in training, raising questions about his work ethic. He seemed to overcome this perception at the time, but it wouldn't be the last instance where this aspect of his character would surface in his career. This brings us to 2007, when 16-year-old Eden Hazard signed his inaugural professional contract with Lille. However, it wasn't until the 2008-09 season of Ligue 1 that he truly became an integral part of the Lille first team. This decision turned out to be the right one, as Hazard continued to progress and flourish over the next 2 seasons. During this period, he made 67 appearances, scoring 9 goals and providing 12 assists. While these statistics might not be the most dazzling, it's important to remember that he was still a teenager at the time. Furthermore, he showcased his skills by completing an average of 1.6 dribbles per match and drawing approximately 3.6 fouls per match. Moreover, his performances during these seasons earned him the Ligue 1 Young Player of the Year award for 2 consecutive years. In the 2010-11 season, Hazard delivered his most impressive campaign thus far, scoring 7 goals and providing 11 assists in the league. His contributions played a vital role in helping Lille secure an impressive double by winning both Ligue 1 and the Coupe de France. According to the tale, on the eve of Eden Hazard's final game for Lille, a farewell gathering was organised to commemorate his time with the club. As the night progressed, one drink led to another, and Hazard ended up worse for wear after the party. Now, I understand what you might be thinking. Going on a drinking spree the night before an important match sounds like the recipe for disaster, doesn't it? However, in the words of Mavouba himself, that evening against Nancy, before even 30 minutes had passed, Eden had already scored a hat-trick. The guy hadn't even slept, he'd been drinking all night, and he managed to score a hat-trick in just 30 minutes. We all looked at each other, realising that this guy was the real deal. This anecdote provides us with a glimpse of Hazard's character. He possessed such immense talent that, for a significant part of his career, he could get away with subpar training and still deliver exceptional performances. However, the problem lies in the fact that this attitude will eventually catch up with you, sooner or later. After a prolonged period of speculation and uncertainty, with both Manchester clubs and several other teams vying for a signature, it was Chelsea that successfully persuaded Eden Hazard to join their project. In his inaugural season with the club, at the tender age of 21, Hazard wasted no time in showcasing why he was considered one of the most promising talents in football. In his very first league match, he made an immediate impact by providing an assist and winning a penalty. Additionally, he formed a formidable partnership with Juan Mata, terrorising defences throughout the continent. Focusing on Hazard, it goes without saying that his exceptional displays garnered him a substantial and devoted fan base. Over the next 2 seasons, he scored an impressive 23 goals, along with providing 18 assists in 69 league appearances. Moving forward, as the 2014-15 season unfolded, with Hazard now donning the revered number 10 jersey previously worn by Juan Mata, he truly reached the pinnacle of his game and entered the realm of world-class talent. Under Jose Mourinho's second tenure as Chelsea manager, the club regained their position at the top of the Premier League, with Hazard playing a prominent role in their success. Fast forward to the 2018 World Cup, and it became abundantly clear that Hazard had fully matured as a player. Not only did he excel on the field, but he also transformed into a leader. Recently appointed the captain of the Belgian national team, he guided his compatriots to an impressive 3rd place finish in the tournament, their highest ever ranking. However, despite his consistent performances for both Chelsea and Lille, and a remarkable record of rarely missing games from 2008 to 2019, injuries and a lack of self-discipline began to hinder what was meant to be a journey from stardom to superstardom. As mentioned previously, Eden Hazard has faced accusations of laziness on multiple occasions. Both managers and teammates have voiced this opinion. Similarly, despite his extraordinary talent, it appears that he lacks, or perhaps has never possessed, the ruthless drive necessary to become the absolute best. In his own words, "I often contemplate what I can do to emulate Messi and Ronaldo and score 50 or 60 goals in a season. I make an effort, of course, but I recognise that I will never be a true goal scorer. It's not in my nature. It's mostly a mental aspect. Sometimes even after scoring a goal, I think to myself, that's enough. I'm not driven by breaking records like some other players. If I can score between 15 and 20 goals each season, I will be content." This perspective is entirely valid. Achieving 15 to 20 goals per season is an impressive feat, surpassing the achievements of most players. Perhaps comparing oneself to Messi and Ronaldo is setting the bar too high, considering they are exceptional outliers in the football world. However, arriving at a new club overweight following a significant money move does not contribute positively to one's reputation. When Real Madrid comes knocking, only a handful of players will hesitate to consider their offer. The call from Los Blancos is often regarded as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and missing out on it would be devastating for anyone presented with such a chance. After a protracted transfer saga, the Belgian international announced his departure from Chelsea and joined Real Madrid in the summer of 2019. The transfer involved a fee of €100 million, with the potential to rise to €146 million with additional variables. From the very beginning, there were ominous signs indicating that the transfer would not be a success. Hazard arrived at the Real Madrid training camp out of shape and unsurprisingly lacking in agility. He made a strong media presence to defend himself, but it was evident that he struggled to handle the intense spotlight. Due to his lack of fitness, his debut for the club was delayed by 2 months. Understandably overwhelmed by his new environment and the unfamiliar system, it took the forward nearly a month to register his first goal and assist, which came against Granada at the Santiago Bernabeu. Unfortunately, this marked the beginning of a series of cruel injuries and setbacks that severely impacted the player's career, leaving it in tatters. Hazard enjoyed a harsh challenge during Real Madrid's match against PSG, resulting in his absence from the game for 15 matches. Although the hairline crack was quickly resolved, he faced another setback when a fissure in his fibula forced him to spend 76 days on the sidelines. The 2020-21 season proved to be an incredibly challenging period for Hazard, as the combination of muscular injuries and the impact of COVID resulted in him missing a total of 174 days of action. His presence within the squad became merely a formality, and it was undeniably the worst season any athlete could experience. After 2 years at Real Madrid, the Belgian had made little progress in establishing himself at the club. Unfortunately, his third season brought no significant improvements, despite Real Madrid winning both La Liga and the Champions League under Carlo Ancelotti. Today, Real Madrid officially announced the departure of several key players, including Eden Hazard, who will be leaving the club this summer. Although he had 1 year remaining on his contract, Hazard and Real Madrid have mutually agreed to part ways. It's possible that a change of environment may help Hazard regain some of his lost brilliance. However, making a comeback from such a physical, mental, and emotional low point would be incredibly challenging, even with a miracle. It wouldn't be surprising if he decides to step away from the game entirely, following in the footsteps of his former teammate, Gareth Bale. So what do you think about him? Let us know in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this content, consider subscribing to the channel for more updates on your favourite football topics.